With having the largest city in Indonesia, Central Kalimantan has a peat swamp forest area of 2.66 million hectares, the largest for the entire area of the island of Kalimantan. As stated by Agustin Teras Narang, the governor of Central Kalimantan, he believes that the long-term economic development of our province depends on the balancing the utilization of natural resources with protection of the environment on which they all depend. Unfortunately, its biodiversity is under imminent threat. So, want to find out more? Stay tuned as we explore the environmental and ecological condition that affects the central region of the land of Borneo. Central Kalimantan, or Borneo in general, is very important in the cause of biodiversity. It is home to many endemic species, varying in altitude, edaphic condition, and annual precipitation. In Sabangao National Park, our records date back to 1993 and represent the most complete species inventory available for the peat swamp forest of Central Kalimantan. There are as many as 34 mammal species, 108 tree species, 12 of which are vulnerable and threatened, 118 bird species, including the quail bird and the chuchak bird, 20 species of reptile and amphibians, and finally containing 20 species of fish. From the world perspective towards Central Kalimantan and mixed species, the World Conservation classifies the Bornean orangutan and the wild-shouldered ibis species as critically endangered. Biodiversity surrounds us with plenty of advantages such as by having more biodiversity, the environment can be conserved and safe from disturbance of ecosystem. And with more plants means the better environment and less the effect of greenhouse gases or rising temperatures. Biodiversity helps to maintain the food web cycle. It is also an important source of traditional medicine and could help us on flood prevention. With advantages, it comes with little disadvantages such as human living is disturbed or restricted due to the biodiversity of animal and plant. Overabundance of wild animal could harm humans. Lastly, forests cost. With many different endemic species available in Central Kalimantan, the flora and fauna can bring plenty of benefits for the local livelihoods, or referred to as Dayak people. From a biodiversity perspective, it fulfilled the community daily needs, a source of economic income, and became a living condition. Specific benefits can also be gained from flora and fauna, such as Kalimantan pygmy quail, or known as burung quail kerdil Kalimantan, is used as an earthquake detection. Or chuchak bird that brings happiness and peace just by listening to the bird's melodious chirp. Even kestrel, or known as elang alap-alap, is known to be the main predator on the food chain. And for flora, tenggaring or kapulasan are used as food source.
There are many calamities affecting the region at large, both man-made and natural. However, one disfiguration we would like to focus on, and is a serious problem, is deforestation. Deforestation is defined as the loss of trees involving a vegetational succession from forest cover to some other kind of landscape. It could be done by illegal logging or forest fire. Indonesia is experiencing the world's second highest rates of deforestation due to pressure associated with socio-economic and political changes. A study conducted in 2011 found that deforestation in Indonesia was closely linked to the behaviors of local bureaucrats and politicians. This study found that increases in the numbers of political jurisdictions are associated with increased deforestation. Illegal logging increases dramatically in the years leading up to local elections, and one of their findings is that the rate of deforestation occurs in line with the population and economic growth. A study of tropical deforestation was conducted in 2002 by analyzing 152 local case studies. The study found that there is no universal formula to solve the problems of deforestation. Instead, identifying the proximate causes and underlying driving forces of deforestation are more important to be done, and then using such knowledge to formulate approaches and policies to solve it. This is supported by a study conducted in 2007 in Cameroon and the Republic of Congo. The increase of deforestation will of course destroy the habitats of many different kinds of species. while the clearing of land for the cultivation of one species also causes an imbalance in the environmental system. Examples of mass deforestation has happened in the past. The so-called Mega Rice Project, MRP, was initiated with the aim of converting 1 million hectares of peatland in central Kalimantan, Indonesia, into rice fields. Between 1996 and 1998, more than 4,000 kilometers of drainage and irrigation channels were constructed in the designated area. Boosted by the El Nino Southern Oscillation episode in 1997, many fires initiated for land clearance purposes spread into pristine forest areas where they continued to burn with great intensity. The newly established drainage and irrigation system aggravated fire impacts, fostering this disaster.
If there are problems, there is always a solution to the diversity in Indonesia, especially in central Kalimantan. We know that we must do something to save the biological diversity in Kalimantan. If not, the effect can be catastrophic. Here are some ways to solve the problem. First, we can improve by government regulation, such as making a law. Second, we can also improve by doing afforestation. By doing afforestation, we can fix the land that's already gone due to deforestation and overexploitation. Another method of improving is by preserving the habitat. When we preserve the habitat, we can help the animals and plants to keep its natural habitat. We can help the bees to improve biodiversity because bees are important to the growth of flowers. The last way to improve is by educating yourself, because more knowledge means more understanding about the improving of biodiversity. We also can do prevention. There are a variety of doable prevention steps that we can take to ensure the sustainability of biodiversity. The first one is by education. As by educating people, they could know the knowledge and the understanding on how to prevent the loss of biodiversity. Further action we can do is by raising awareness on the society. While more people will start to realize that the problem that they are facing regarding biodiversity are actually more important than they thought before. More involvement is by volunteering in a movement that helps to maintain biodiversity, or even donate to organizations that supports the sustainability of biodiversity. That can also be in the form of reducing, reusing, and recycling. The last thing we can do is protect. There are several ways to protect biodiversity, such as asking for government regulation. By doing this, we can protect biodiversity by creating laws to keep it safe. The second way is by reducing climate change. We can reduce climate change by simply turning off our lights and water when we are not using it. Another alternative way to protect biodiversity is by planting endemic fruits and plants. By this, the ecosystem will be more balanced and will not be ruined by any foreign fruit and plant. Same goes to the animal. If we release any foreign animal, the endemic animal species from central Kalimantan will face more competition, resulting in a less percentage of survivability. Lastly, is by protecting the habitat, as it is one of the most crucial factors of biodiversity and made it into a greater percentage of extinction. And by protecting all the native species, the biodiversity can be maintained for years ahead.
So, that is all for our video. We have talked about at length the problem of biodiversity in central Kalimantan, or central Borneo if you'd like. Though there are many problems, we've mainly tackled the issue with deforestation in the region and how to solve that issue.
Yeah. And there are some ways to solve the problems, such as protecting, preventing, and also improving our biodiversity. So finally, the big question is, can we still recover and save the loss of biodiversity? So we encourage you to share your thoughts and ideas on the comments below.
Thank you everyone for watching.